thought I'd come into Lily's room to film today's video because it's so hot. I cannot bear to be up in my room. Plus, it's a really nice day, so it's like perfect lighting here in front of the window. I can see my dad in the pool just behind you guys, and he's got a snorkel. He's snorkeling in the pool. Like, what does he think he can see? All you can see is the rocks in the pool. So for today's video, I thought I'd do a little bit of a life update. I've had a few of you guys ask me to do this, and I thought I really probably should do one of these videos. I've never done one before, but they'll be really nice for me to look back on, and I feel like there's no better time to do one than at the start of a new year, because you can reflect on the past year, talk about what's been happening now and what's going to be happening in the year ahead. And I am so excited for 2018. I honestly think it's going to be a really good year. We already have a few exciting things planned. One of the things I'm really excited for, I only found out that I'm doing yesterday, so I can't wait to chat to you guys. Let me know down below what you have coming up in 2018 and what videos you'd like to see from me this year, because I love getting organized at the start of the year and like planning everything. I've been doing so much planning lately. Anyways, I decided to do this video in little compartments, so I'm going to talk about a few different topics, and I've written them all down on my laptop. So I guess what we can start off talking about is what's been happening lately. And now I've just had a mental blank about what's been happening lately, so luckily I've written it down. Okay, so obviously I recently got back from Thailand, which is really sad but also really happy, because I got to see my boyfriend and my friends and stuff, which has been really fun, and also get to like really look back at the memories and stuff that I've had there and just appreciate the time. And also, Vlogmas ended, and even though Vlogmas wasn't like an everyday thing, I struggled to do it every day this year, and for the past few years I always seem to find it hard. I did manage to film a lot more than I usually do throughout December, and I had so much fun. I feel like I documented a lot, and it was just really nice interacting with you guys all the time. And I don't know, I found my love for like YouTube again, because honestly, I'll talk about this a bit more later, but I was going through a little bit of a rut a while ago, and I really feel like I found myself again with YouTube, and I feel like refreshed. I just feel like Vlogmas was really good for me, and it's really made me realize that I want to continue vlogging. So I've filmed a couple of vlogs already throughout January, and I'm going to be vlogging a whole lot more because I've got a few trips coming up. So as soon as I got back from Thailand, my boyfriend actually left to go to America 4 days after I got back, and he's gone with a bunch of boys who I actually went to school with. He didn't go to school with them, but he's friends with them. So they've gone for 3 weeks over to America, and they're snowboarding, and he's having the best time, and I miss him so much. But it's okay, like I feel like distance makes the heart grow fonder, and I feel like he's gonna hate me for saying that because he's just like, oh, cheesy. But it's true, like I think it's good, and I also I'm kind of enjoying this time on my own because it's making me learn how to be a bit more independent. Even though I wouldn't say like I rely on him that much, I kind of just naturally end up doing things with him because we spend so much time together that I'm now being forced to do things on my own, which is actually really good for me. So since Brayden's been away, I've been spending a whole lot more time with my friends and family, partly because I have this kind of like gap in my life because he's gone, so I have more time to spend with them. But also just, I don't know, I feel like I've developed some really great friendships this last year, and really, really good ones. And also I've become a whole lot closer to my family since coming back from Thailand. I feel like you guys only see the highlights, obviously, but like Lily and I are so much closer, and I'm actually like a cool sister now. No, not really. She just seems a whole lot older, and her and I have like proper conversations and stuff. Like, I don't know, that probably seems weird to you guys, but I feel like we just really bonded, and same with my family and stuff. And yeah, I think that trip was really good. So I've been having a lot of fun hanging out with my friends and stuff. Also because everyone's on their uni break, people are free a whole lot more and they don't have any assignments and stuff to do. So I can literally hang out with people so much more than usual. And speaking of uni, I've actually been looking into doing a degree myself this year, which is something that I didn't think I would be interested in doing. When I finished school, I was so keen on just jumping into doing YouTube full time and doing Disney and stuff, which was great for a year. And now my second year of doing that full time, I felt like I was missing something, and I don't know, I think I just got a little bit in a bit of a rut and needed to challenge myself a bit more. And so I've been really thinking about what it is that I want, and I'm kind of thinking at the moment I want to do a film degree. And honestly, this came to me when I was like half asleep. Do you ever have this happen to you? Like you're falling to sleep but your mind's still really active, and then like the best ideas come to you? Because that's been happening to me all the time lately. I'm having all my really deep thoughts at like 1 AM, and I couldn't sleep because of the jet lag. So then I just started Googling degrees and I found like this film degree and I was like, wow, that's so me. It will help me with my YouTube, it will help me with my Disney stuff. And also if all else fails with the career path that I'm on now, it will help me with other things as well, help me get into something else. So I think it's definitely worth pursuing, and I'm thinking at the moment that I want to do a diploma rather than doing like the whole degree, what's it called? Rather than getting a bachelor, that's what it's called. But the only thing is, the place that I was looking at is a bit weird because the diploma takes 3 years to do as well. So if I was going to do that, I might as well do the bachelor because that takes 3 years. But I'm not sure. I feel like most of the bachelor courses that I've been looking at have a bunch of like irrelevant stuff that I don't really need to know, which is why I'm thinking of doing a diploma, plus it's a heap cheaper. Anyways, if you guys do uni, comment down below what course you do or what course you want to do if you haven't done uni yet or you're planning on going in the future, because I'd be really curious to know. Also, if you want to give me any advice about university or courses or TAFE courses or anything, I'd really appreciate it because I'm such a newbie with this stuff and I honestly know nothing about it, so I'm learning a lot now. And if you have a specific thing that you think I'd enjoy doing, like a specific course, feel free to let me know down below as well, because I still haven't made my decision, but that's something that I definitely want to look into in 2018. Okay, so that's everything that I want to talk about that's been going on lately. So now I think I'm going to reflect on the last year and I'm going to talk about it in 2 categories. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the highlights and then I'm going to talk about my lows, but I'm not going to be heaps negative and just talk about lows. I'm going to like say the lows and then put a positive spin on it and say what I learned from the lows, if you know what I mean. Anyways, let's start off with the highlights. So my first highlight from 2017 was obviously going to Thailand. I had the best time and it's made me realize how important traveling is and how much I want to continue to do it. So that was definitely a highlight. Even though it was at the end of the year, I had so much fun, got to do so many amazing things like swimming with elephants, going on boat trips, met so many amazing people. The people in Thailand are just beautiful and I just have so many memories, so I'm so glad I vlogged it all and I definitely want to go back there another time. So if any of you guys are thinking of going to Thailand, I highly recommend it. So that's my first highlight. Another highlight was seeing Jack Johnson with Brayden. I love Jack Johnson. His music just really resonates with me and Brayden also really loves him. So it was really cool to be able to go see him. It's actually really funny because when Brayden and I first started going out, we're like, if we could see a concert together, it would definitely be Jack Johnson. And we looked up to see where he was touring and he was touring around America. We're like, I bet he won't come to Australia, and he did. And oh, the atmosphere there, I can't even describe it. Even though I lost my phone down the Opera House steps, still was a really great time and I really want to go back to another concert of his. My next highlight was going to Melbourne and Adelaide to film with Disney Style. So I don't know if you guys really know about this. I talked about it on my Instagram a bit, but not really in any of my videos. So that was really fun. I got to interview Peter Alexander, who's like really famous for making his pajamas, as I'm sure all of you guys know. And also Paul Vazlev, whose brand is Paolo Sebastian, who makes these amazing gowns. He did this Disney princess inspired couture range and I got to go to his fashion show at Adelaide Fashion Festival. And oh my goodness, they were so beautiful. And I just had so much fun exploring Melbourne and Adelaide. It was really cool going to Adelaide because I'd never been there and I learned so much more about Melbourne, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun, great memories. If you want to see the video that I filmed for Disney Style, I'll leave it down below so you can check it out. Another highlight was doing live shows. So I did 2 live shows in 2017, one at the start of the year which was at the Australian Open and I did it with Shopkins. So I went with Shopkins and a girl called Grace, whose channel's Grace's World, and we talked about the new like collection that they had and it was so much fun. I got to meet a bunch of you guys. You were all really young, the people who came, and oh, so adorable. That was a lot of fun and nerve-wracking and I'm so glad I did it. And I also did a live show around, I think it was June, July or something, and it was for Teen Vibes and I went with a bunch of other influencers and it was so fun. I got to do my own like makeup workshop and it was like crazy. I literally got to do whatever I wanted and just sat there and just chatted. So it's always really fun when I meet you guys, especially at like these conventions and live shows and stuff, because there's so many of you in one place. So I'll insert some photos from when I've met you guys throughout the year because I have a few of them. I always save them to my phone whenever I take a picture of someone, and I always ask them to send me the photo on Instagram because I love to keep them. So I'll insert the photos now. YouTube related was going to VidCon in Melbourne. I actually went to Melbourne quite a lot this year, come to think of it, and this was so fun. I'd never been to a YouTube convention like this. Actually, it was the first time VidCon was in Australia. I got to hang out with my friend Asha and we stayed in an Airbnb together, and we went to all these different workshops, and different like influencers and YouTubers were on different panels talking about certain topics, and it was really like inspiring, and I really enjoyed that. It was really nice getting to know a bunch of YouTubers better, so that was a lot of fun. I also went to Queensland a couple of times this year. I went twice around January and February. I went once with my boyfriend and his family, which was so cool. It was my first time going away with them, and then I went again with my friend Sam because I loved it so much, and we had an amazing time. We got to swim with dolphins, which was an experience I'll never forget, and I vlogged that as well. So I love Queensland. I'm actually going there really soon again, so that was a lot of fun. And of course, doing all the red carpets and going to the events that I went to throughout 2017 was a major highlight. It was really cool doing the red carpet at Beauty and the Beast because I got to interview a bunch of people in the red carpet, which was a lot of fun, and yeah, dress up really nice, which is always great. And then my last highlight that I decided to include was getting my puppies, and we actually got Luna at the end of 2016, but we got Murphy in 2017, so I feel like we got them this year, and they have honestly just like changed our life for the better, and oh, we love them so much. They're literally just our babies, as you guys know. I'm very like in love with them. So now I'm going to talk about my lows and what I've learned from those lows. So the first one is feeling lost with YouTube. So about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I'd say, I was going through a really like rough time where I didn't really know what direction I was going in with my life, and I actually filmed a video. I filmed a driving with me video where I talked about it, and you could just see like how lost I was. Looking back at it, I'm like, oh, that was a really hard time. And like every morning I'd just get up and feel like, what am I going to do with my day? I don't know what direction I'm going in. And I mean, I could have just filmed videos and stuff and been productive, but I just didn't have the willpower to do it because I was just feeling really sad, and I just didn't know how to change how I was feeling. And I'm feeling a whole lot better now, and I can go into that in another video if you guys want, if you want me to talk about how like I got out of my rut and stuff, because honestly, when I was in it, I felt like I was never going to get out. And yeah, I've had to work on myself a lot to get out of that rut. But I was feeling very lost with YouTube because obviously there's been so many changes with the algorithm and stuff, and I just felt like people didn't like me anymore because, I mean, not that I care about views, but views were going down, and I just felt like that was a reflection on me, not a reflection on YouTube. Now I've learned to think that it's YouTube, not me, because so many other YouTubers are having this issue, so I've just got to get over that. And I'm now doing YouTube just for myself, to document my life, and I feel like when you think that way, it's so much easier. I just love looking back at my videos to have as memories, and also communicating with you guys is so much fun. So yeah, I'm glad I got out of that. And what I learned from that situation is to relax more and don't overthink what I'm filming, because if I overthink it, then I just don't want to do it. So, oh my god, I keep thinking my dad's like drowning. He's just snorkeling, but he's just got his head in the water. What is he even looking at? There's nothing in the water. It's not like we have fish in there. I'm gonna have to ask him after this. Anyways, that's so distracting. But yes, I just feel like I've learned to have a much more healthy relationship with YouTube and not let it kind of consume my life. I feel like I'm developing a bit more of a better balance with YouTube and my personal life and stuff. And yeah, I'm learning to do other stuff as well. I don't want YouTube to be my everything, even though it is such a big part of me. I want to start doing other things as well, which is why I'm looking at doing a degree. So another low, which I kind of touched on before, was my health, because I had a whole lot of stomach issues throughout this year, and like basically I've just been like constantly bloated and don't know why. I'm still trying to figure it out. And like I eat really quite well, and so I definitely think it's something like food sensitivities or something. But that's been quite annoying. I guess basically what I've learned from that is that certain foods irritate my stomach. Nothing too like inspiring or anything, but I did learn something, I guess. A lot of you guys might not know this because I don't really talk about it too much. My little sister talks about it a lot on her channel, but I personally haven't for some reason. But I have like suffered with anxiety a lot throughout like growing up, and this year seemed to be the year of anxiety. I seem to get really anxious about really silly little things, and I mean, my parents would always catch me out with it and think, like, that's not normal to be so anxious about those kind of things. but I couldn't see it at the time, and now I'm starting to get a whole lot better. But it really is horrible when you have anxiety because it just determines the things that you do and you don't do. So I missed out on going to quite a few things throughout the year just because of my anxiety, so I turned down events and stuff. What I'd usually do is like accept going to events, and when it actually came up I just couldn't bring myself to go because I'd get really panicky, and I really want to work on that this year because it's not a good way to live. I really just want to like not overthink and just like live my life, you know what I mean, and not let anxiety determine what I do. So I mean, I can talk about this more in another video as well. I feel like this video is like very personal and I'm talking to you guys about everything. So let me know if there's anything that I've talked about that you want me to like elaborate more on in another video. So what I've learned from having anxiety is that I really need to take care of myself mentally, and then everything else will be a whole lot easier afterwards. So I actually got Headspace on my phone and been doing some meditation and stuff, and so many people have recommended meditation to me before, and I was just like, I don't know if it'll work for me. And it really has, like, it really helps my mind switch off. Honestly, I listen to it when I can't sleep at night, when my mind's racing, and it just makes me fall asleep. I fall asleep before the guy finishes talking, so it really helps me. And I've also been seeing a psychiatrist, which has been amazing. I found a really good one, and that has really helped. I wanted to see someone because I wanted to stop telling my mum, well, even though I still tell her everything, I wanted to stop kind of burdening my mum and my boyfriend with my problems, because even though they want to know what's going on, like, I don't want my problems to rub off on them and then them feel bad, you know what I mean? So I think it's really good to see someone. I've really learned this year how important it is to do that, even though I had a really bad experience with another psychologist, which I have actually vlogged. You guys probably saw that. My actual psychiatrist is lovely, so it hasn't turned me off going. So that was a big thing that I learned. Really need to take care of my mental health. And my last slide that I want to talk about is self-doubt. I honestly am my own worst enemy. People don't bring me down as much as I bring myself down, and whatever I do, I'm always critiquing myself and analysing every single move. I think part of it is because I have a YouTube channel and stuff, so I'm watching myself back all the time, and I'm like, no, you should do this better, you should do that better, like, I don't like where I'm being there and stuff. And I don't know, I really analysed my every single move, and it got to the point where I was really doubting everything. I was doubting why people wanted to be friends with me, I was doubting why you guys wanted to follow me, and I just felt like I was worthless, really, I guess. And like, that's really sad to say. I just feel like I thought everyone was better than me, and I just had nothing to really bring. I don't know. My parents always catch me out on this, and that actually really helps me because I sometimes don't notice when I'm being so doubtful of myself. And my boyfriend says it as well. He's just like you'll have these ideas, but then you never follow through with them because you just don't think you can do them. And like, you can, like, you always talk about stuff, but then you just don't do it because you doubt yourself. I've also just felt like I'm not interesting enough for people. That's a really big thing that I felt this year. My mum would always be like, what do you mean you're a really interesting person? And I'm just like, no, I'm not. And I'm really trying to work on that. So I've learned I really just need to be kinder to myself, and all of you guys need to be kind to yourself as well, because we all should not be our worst enemy. We only come into this world with ourselves and we leave with ourselves, so we need to like embrace who we are and just be kinder to ourselves. That got deep real quick, but you know what I mean. I feel like this video is going to be really long because I've been talking so much. But what's coming up this month? So first of all, my granddad is coming over from England to Australia. He arrives on the 10th, which is really exciting, and he'll be here for like 3 weeks, I think, or something. And he hasn't come to Australia in ages, so I'm really excited to see him. And yeah, it'll be really nice for him. He's so excited to come over here, so that will be really nice. And I'm going to Melbourne in a couple of weeks. Actually, I don't think it's a couple of weeks, I think it's like a week or so now. And I'm going there for the Australian Open with Disney, because I'm going to be doing another live show with a bunch of other Disney hosts, which is going to be really cool. Don't really know too much information yet, but I'll definitely vlog when I'm there, I hope. So you guys will see what I get up to. And then after that, Braden gets back from America and we go to Queensland with his family for a few days, which is going to be amazing. I'm really excited for that. So that is everything that's going on in the month of January. And also, I found out, even though this isn't that soon, it's all the way in July, that we've actually booked a holiday in Bali, and that's going to be in end of June, start of July. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It really gives you something to look forward to when you book a holiday. So I'm going with my family. They haven't actually booked it for me because I need to book it for myself with Braden if Braden comes, but still, I'm definitely gonna go. Now I'm going to talk about my goals for 2018. I'm going to start off with my personal ones and then talk about my career goals. So the first one is to join F45 or get a personal trainer. I'm leaning towards doing F45 just because personal trainers are so expensive and I don't know. I feel like I just need to invest in my health a bit more, but I'm just like, it's really hard to just do it, take the jump. But F45 my friend does and she says it's amazing, so I really want to do it. It's like circuit training, if you guys don't know what it is, and anyone can do it really. Like, they make it for all abilities, so if you really want to push yourself you can on the circuit, but if you want to go a bit easier you can do that as well. And yeah, they have all sorts of different classes, so I really want to do that. A big goal of mine is to be more adventurous and spontaneous. I feel like I hold myself back sometimes just because I worry about things like money and the future, which is so silly. Like, I'm like, oh, if I spend my money on going this place, then I won't be able to buy a house. I'm like, okay, I understand that it's good to save money and stuff for the future, but you never know when's going to be your last day. As depressing as that sounds and as horrible as it is, you never know. So like, that's something I really had to kind of tell myself, like, live in the moment more. So that's why I want to travel more this year, and I am going to travel more this year because I just don't want to just get into the habit of working and saving and doing nothing adventurous. I also really want to do more for others this year. I feel like I was really inspired after coming back from Thailand to do this, just because everyone over there is so generous and kind, and they work so hard and they don't really expect anything back, but they're just, I don't know, they're just such beautiful people, and I really want to be like that. And I also want to be grateful for things more. Even though I am really grateful, I feel like I don't voice it enough, and I really want to tell people that I'm grateful for things and always make sure I'm like saying thank you for things. And I don't know, I just think it's nice to be a person like that. Another big goal of mine is to be more independent. Like I said before, I am really independent with some things. Like, I'm very independent with like my career and stuff, but when it comes to doing little things like going to the doctors, I'm like, Mom, can you come with me? And I don't know, like, there's just little things I feel like I rely on other people for. And like, if I'm going to go to the shops and go shopping, I won't do it on my own. I always like to do it with other people. And I mean, that's fine to do, but I feel like I need to just be able to do stuff on my own as well. Maybe I can do a vlog series where I have to do things on my own and bring you guys along. But is that defeating the purpose because I'm not alone, because I have you guys and the camera? You know what I mean? Another goal of mine is to find a good work-life balance, and I just really want to kind of work hard during the week and then have my weekends off to spend with my friends and family and stuff, because I don't feel like I really had a balance last year. Honestly, sometimes I'd treat my weekdays like weekends, and it just got confusing, so I need to figure that out. Okay, so another goal is to not complain about something before I've at least had an attempt to fix a situation. So this is something that I do quite a bit and don't realize that I'm doing, and other people catch me out on it. And it'll be things like, I might have like a misunderstanding with someone and then really work myself up about what happened and be like worried that I've upset someone or something, and then I'll talk about it to like my boyfriend or my mum or something and worry about it before I actually try and like fix the situation. And I feel like sometimes my parents get a bit frustrated. They're like, well, have you tried to fix it? Stop talking about it, go ahead and fix it. And that, I don't even know if that's a good example. That hasn't really happened, but I can't think of any good examples. But I just need to like try and do things before like complaining about them, you know what I mean? Another goal is to communicate more with my family in England. I really badly want to do this, because even though like I've got a busy life and my family's got a busy life and stuff in England, I really need to set time aside to talk to them, because, you know, like, they're family, even though they're on the other side of the world. I need to talk to them, and I love them so much. So it's just like, I want to set aside that time, and I just don't want to lose that kind of like bond that we have. And I'm sure we won't. Whenever we see each other, we always pick up where we left off, but I want to know what's going on with their lives and stuff, so I need to like make that effort. And my last personal goal is really weird, but I want to watch all of the James Bond movies and all of the Star Wars movies, because if I'm honest, I haven't really seen all of them, and I'm really uneducated on those movies, and it often gets me into a lot of trouble, and I'm really embarrassed about it because people will be talking about them and I'm like, I don't know, I've never seen them, and I just feel like I need to educate myself with those movies because they're like classics. So gotta watch them. And finally, onto my career goals. The first one is to do a course or do a degree or something, or a diploma, and obviously I'm thinking of doing it with film. Not sure where exactly I want to do it, but that's maybe something that I want to pursue. This year I don't want to force myself to film too much and be like, oh, I need to get a video up, like I need to sit down and film it, because then I just feel like I'm never really happy with the video, and I don't know, I don't think you guys will probably enjoy it as much, you probably can tell. And I feel like when I'm happy myself, it comes across on camera and I seem more relaxed and stuff, so that's something I want to do. And I also tend to film more when I'm feeling more happy and not so pressured. Also this year I want to try and collaborate more with other YouTubers. I want to do this every single year, but this year I really want to. And if I go over to England at the end of the year, which I think I'll be doing around Christmas time, I'd love to collaborate with some English YouTubers over there. That would be amazing, but also I'd love to collaborate with some Australian YouTubers as well. Something I really need to do is upgrade my camera equipment. Lily and I both want to go hard in a camera, because I've had the same camera for ages now, and I just think it's about time to upgrade it. And I think I want to invest in some good lights and microphone and stuff like that, because I've kind of had the mindset that this is a business and I need to start investing my money into it and try and like further my content and stuff. So I'm gonna get a better camera, I promise, guys. And my last career goal is to interact more on Instagram, because I'm not very good at that. YouTube's so much easier, but I feel like I put Instagram to the back sometimes. I love Instagram though so much, so if you haven't followed me, make sure to do that. I'll leave my Instagram handle on the screen. But I'm going to be doing more lives, I think, and I want to do more of my story, and I also just want to make sure I'm taking photos and stuff. So definitely follow me if you haven't already, because I'm going to be way more active on there. So that is everything that I want to talk about for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like I got so into it. I can't even remember what I just talked about because I just got so into it. But hope you enjoyed it anyway. Let me know down below what your 2018 goals are, because I really would be interested. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you want me to do more videos about certain topics I've talked about, let me know as well. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!